Hello all, welcome to Edumune Tutorials. In this short video, we shall see about formal languages and automata theory, which is also called as FLAT. So the basic definitions and the notations of the subject are alphabet, string, language, grammar and machine. So these are the basic definitions we come across this topic, and today we shall discuss about this. So first, coming about alphabet, so it is a non-empty set of finite symbols which are used in any language. So it can be treated as a set of symbols, so which is denoted by sigma. So here is an example. Sigma is having 0, 1, A, B and so on, any number of symbols which are generally used in a language. Now coming to the string, string is a sequence of alphabets that are formed using a set of the symbols which are in this sigma. So for example, if you take a string, now in the given example, sigma is equal to 0, 1. So those are the alphabets in the sigma. So the strings formed are 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1 and so on, any number of strings, possible combinations that are found by 0 and 1. So these are the strings that are formed using the alphabets 0 and 1. Now coming to the language. Language is nothing but a collection of strings that are formed or else arranged in a particular manner using particular grammar or set of rules. So for example, if you take a language L, which is equal to W, where W is equal to all strings starting with 0 over sigma equal to 0, 1. So that is, language L contains different words. Word is nothing but a string, where all strings are starting with 0 over sigma equal to 0 and 1. So there are many strings that can be formed using the alphabets 0, 1, like you can see in the previous example of string. But this language contains only the strings which are starting with 0. So the example of this language, the strings that come under this language are 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1 and so on. So any possible combination of the strings formed by 0, 1 but which are starting with 0. So this is an example of a language. So if we assume that another language, will take another language called as L2 as W equal to all strings ending with 1 over sigma 0, 1. So now L2 is a language which contains all the strings with the alphabet 0, 1 which are ending with 0. So the examples can be taken as these following strings which are having a 1 at the rightmost end, like 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1 and so on. So any possible combination which are ending with 1. So this is the definition of a language. So that is a given definition. From the given definition, we form the strings. If you observe that L and L2, both are the strings formed by 0, 1. But there are some specific strings which are come under L and there are some specific strings which are come under L2. If you observe a string called 0, 1, 0, 1, which is shown here, that is a string which is common in both the languages L and L2. So that is a string formed using the symbols 0, 1, 0, 1, which satisfies the condition in both L and L2. So that is a string which is common in both the languages. Next we go with the definition of a grammar. Now a grammar is a set of rules which are used to generate a language. So following the constraints that are given in the language, definitely a grammar has some set of rules which can generate the strings which belong to that particular language. So the grammar contains different tuples as shown here. So let us assume that G is a grammar with 4 tuples called V, T, P, S respectively, where capital V is a set of variables, T is a set of terminals, P is the production rules which generate the terminals from the variables, and S is the starting symbol which is also a subset of the variables. So S belongs to V here. So if we generate a grammar for the following language L, so already we have given a language L where all the strings are starting with 0. So if we write a grammar for this one, so it contains, so let us take this grammar G of VTPS where V is equal to S comma A. So those are the symbols that are variables. T is equal to 0 comma 1 because they are the input symbols for the language L equal to W where all strings are starting with 0. And P, the production rules are given as follows: S equal to 0 comma A because every string should start with 0 here. In this grammar every string should start with 0 and then it can be followed by anything. So I have given it A here. Now A is equal to 0A, 1A or 0 or 1 or epsilon. Now what is epsilon means? Epsilon is nothing but an empty string. So to denote a string with length 0, we write it with epsilon, because even if we write a 0 as a string, it is of size 1. So the length of that string 0 is also equal to 1. So simply we denote it with epsilon. So if you check any string which is available in the language that can be generated in the grammar. So if you take a string like 0110, that is a string that is available in that language L. So in this production rule, if I write S equal to 0A, right, this A can be again replaced with 1A. So this will be 01A. Again this A can be written as 1A again. So again using the same production rule, this can be rewritten as 01A again. And finally this A can be written as 0 here. So this will be equal to 0110. So that is how we process the string called 0110, which is in the language L from the given grammar. So this indicates that grammar G is the grammar that is generating the language L. Next our discussion goes with the types of grammars that we study in this subject. So there are 4 types of grammars here, which we categorize them into 4 different grammars and the languages that are generated from the grammars available. Now we go with the definition of a machine. So machine or a automata is which takes the input, the string, and process it, and it can accept or reject from the given production available. So each language can be implemented using a machine or an automata, so which can accept the strings which are in the particular language. So every language can be designed or else accepted using a machine M, and which is generated by a grammar G. So there is a relation between every language with respect to machine and a grammar, because the grammars are the rules which are generating the languages and the languages will be accepted by some machine. So we study different machine and different grammars. So there are 4 types of grammars and 4 types of machines, which are categorized using a concept called as Chomsky hierarchy that we are going to discuss in the next video. So here we take a quick look of the tuples which are available for a machine. So machine M can be denoted using 5 tuples, basically Q, sigma, delta, Q naught and F. So there may be few more tuples included based on the machine type. So these are the basic tuples which every machine almost has. So whatever the machines we discuss in this subject has these following tuples. First of all, Q is the set of states which takes the inputs, process it, and it goes to the next state or it accepts the string. Sigma is the input symbols, which are the alphabets which we already discussed here, and delta is the transition function. So basing on the transition function, there are different machines that are available. And Q naught is nothing but the initial state, which is the first state of the machine which takes the initial input. So Q naught also belongs to capital Q, so it is a subset. Q naught is a subset of Q. And F is a set of final states, where if the string is at the end of the string, if the string is in the final state, it is accepted by the machine, and the set of final states are also subset of Q. So both Q0 and F are subset of Q. So these are the basic tuples. In the next video, we come across the different types of grammars and machines, and the relation between those machines and the grammars and the languages, how they are generated and all. So which is called as Chomsky hierarchy. So we'll continue our discussion in the next video. Thank you.